I love you guys. Hi, chat room. Gather in. Get ready. Look at miserable Tuckums. Look at Tuckums. The title of this one, okay, so obviously, the title of this one is pretty spectacular because he's been siding with Russia this whole time. Like, there's no fucking way that they're not either paying him in cash or he's not, tap dancing for Putin somehow, because it's so egregious. There's no balance in it at all. You know what I mean? I don't pretend to be balanced about Russia, but that's because it's logical that they are, like, I feel for the Russian people, but the entire government and military structure is just run by sociopaths. It's fucking crazy. I mean, like, tell you what, if Zelensky 2 years ago had started pushing everybody in power out a fucking window, or they magically all ended up chopping their families to bits with axes and then tripping and falling into a noose, I'd be a little suspect, I gotta say. I'd be a little credulous about what they were saying. In this particular case, he just can't see a world without Russia. And it's exactly what they say on RT. And it's why they play him on there. And maybe, who knows, maybe he gets, some sweet foreign bucks. Maybe RT or Channel 1 has they may indeed have a rev sharing, like platforming bonus that goes whenever your hosts, we play them on here, we'll give them as if they're on the channel booster bonus that's paid by the government. So if it's pro-Russia and we use the clip, you get paid. If it's anti-Russia and we play the clip, fuck you. That's very possible. I'm only slightly joking. That is entirely possible when it comes to this dickhead. So, but the title of this one is, "This is Nuts and No One Seems to Care." Oh, Tuckums. This is nuts and no one seems to care. I cannot reason why nobody gives a shit about why I cry. Yes, Newsmax got kicked off DirecTV. We'll talk about that in a bit too, because they're having a panic attack. And all I can tell you is the fucking Republicans are a bunch of commie bastards who want the government to force politically motivated channels onto private cable operators. What is happening? Anyways, maybe his nut bronzer broke down. Maybe that's what happened. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Tucker Carlson's all alone. He's got no lips and his head is a heart.
It's Zelensky's 45th birthday today. He's getting a huge president. Ukraine is about to...
He's getting a huge president. Oh my God. Trump is going to visit? I, of course, don't mean by stature. He's getting a huge president. You mean he's getting a huge present? Is that the word that's in the teleprompter? Sorry, keep talking.
Received more than 30 M1 Abrams tanks from...
No, he isn't. No, they're not giving them to him to fucking park in a garage. The country is receiving them. His people are receiving them. His soldiers are receiving them. They will be trained in them, and then they will use them. He's not getting any of this. He doesn't get, there's no resale value on them. If they're not destroyed, or when he's done with them, they will keep certain ones for training purposes. They will have a couple in position. We will have a service agreement with them, and then we'll get the rest of them back and they'll move elsewhere, just like every other piece of military hardware of that scale in any other fucking conflict in the whole goddamn world. Or, or I suppose if it went total Afghanistan, we would shred them and sell ribbons of metal to the locals, scrap dealers.
From the U.S. military. It's a whole battalion of our most technologically advanced tank.
Technologically. It's technologically. Technologically would be, would have something to do with the logic of earthquakes.
Tanks we said we would never send to Ukraine. Now we are. Here's...
No. I don't remember Did we? Guys, I forget. We talk a lot, chat room. Did we ever say we would never give them? Did we agree on that? I forget. Honest to God, I was at the snack table when the vote happened.
Joe Biden.
Today, I'm announcing that the United States will be sending 31 Abrams tanks to Ukraine.
So where's the tape of him saying we'll never send them? You don't have that tape? The fuck am I paying you guys for? Somebody in the booth? You don't have the video of him saying, can't we? Isn't that the whole point? I'm trying to point out hypocrisy where there is none. Do you even deep fake, bro? Son of a bitch.
The equivalent of one Ukrainian battalion. Secretary Austin has recommended this step because it will enhance the Ukraine's capacity to defend its territory and achieve its strategic objectives.
So Germany, Poland, and the UK are also sending tanks to Ukraine.
Yeah. I'm so confused. Weren't they? I'm sorry. I'm getting. He's so upset. He's getting double forehead butt crack today. I thought Russia was supposed to win this 8 days in, sometime in February of last year.
So what was going on here? Well,
What was going on? I thought we were all on Team Putin, said no one except this prick.
in a meeting of the Council of Europe yesterday, Germany's foreign minister casually
The Council of Europe.
mentioned that NATO has, in effect, declared war on Russia. Here's Annalena Baerbock explaining that World War III is already underway.
I've said already in the last days, yes, we have to do more to defend Ukraine. Yes, we have to do more also on tanks. But the most important and the crucial part is that we do it together and that we do not do the blame game in Europe, because we are fighting a war against Russia and not against each other.
She's in charge.
The reason Tucker is chuckling there is because a woman is in charge of something and she's speaking as such in the context of this. He said, she's in charge. He has an 11 between his eyebrows, I think.
Now, you hate to go with cheap historical analogies, but since
You don't have any other ones, dumb fuck. NATO seems determined to go to war with Russia. No, Russia seems to go determined to go to war with the entire West.
this conflict has been framed since day one by our idiot class as a replay of World War II, it is fair.
No. And again, maybe he hangs out with the idiot class. Maybe he's just talking about Brian Kilmeade. I don't know. Have any of us said that this is playing out as a replay of World War II? Is that even a normal? Literally, that is not a take I have seen anywhere.
Fair to point out, it's been a long time since the Germans sent tanks into Ukraine. Didn't work well last time, probably won't this time either.
Okay. Secondly, when the Germans sent tanks into Ukraine last time, it was Soviet territory. Also, they were sending their tanks in to do their bidding. They weren't giving the tanks to someone else to protect themselves. That's like saying a SWAT team storms an MS-13 den. Let's say it's something he can understand, and they're using M4s and mostly as rifles, right? And handguns. They got M4s and handguns. And the last time a bunch of guys showed up with M4s and handguns, they were from the Medellin cartel, and they got killed. So the last time those guns were there, it's a bad idea. So don't arrest the drug dealers and the murderers because you're using material stuff that looks the same shape as the last shit I saw there. This is so fucking dumb.
But that's what NATO is planning, apparently.
Apparently.
As numerous Biden officials have said in recent weeks.
Works weeks. It's, saying weeks is a lot of work.
The goal is to take back Crimea. Now, wait a second. At the beginning, they said, let's just push Russia back to pre-February 2022 borders.
No, they didn't. When did they say, again, was there a memo that this fucker fabricated in his head of when he'd be off the hook for this shit? Or maybe he's just saying, wait a minute, I have to now defend Russia all the way back through Crimea and all this. I gotta be okay with all of it. I thought I was just gonna go back to 2014 and pretend nothing ever happened. That was, oh my God.
That seemed kind of reasonable to most people, including...
No, it doesn't. It's fucked up. Yeah, just, you know what? Come in, rape and murder a bunch of our people, castrate a soldier on video, and then hang 12 other ones with their balls cut off and leave them in the street, set fire to corpses, make the biggest collection of mass graves since World War II in this area, and then just go back to base. Just go back to where you were, still stealing our shit. That's fair, right? That sounds reasonable. What the fuck?
Us, but taking Russian Crimea from
No. No. Not Russian Crimea. No. Occupied territory from fucking 8 years ago. Don't act like we gotta do a fucking history lesson about the goddamn czars, or even go back as far as fucking 1991. That territory was given to Ukraine as a province before the breakup of the USSR. It was always seen as part of it. Once it's separated from the country, the idea is we take our whole country with us. It's like if America just decided, like Puerto Rico decided, we no longer want to be part of the U.S. at all, and the U.S. said, fine, that's totally great. We'll just keep the ports and your electrical grid.
From Russia, it's essential.
No. Not Russian. It's not Russia's. Fuck off.
Port.
Yeah, go. Tell you what, Tucker, broadcast this segment from the northern part of the country of Georgia. Go sit in front of a bunch of Georgians, or hell, go to Dagestan and sit there, because they've just been surrounded by these fuckers in their own country for this entire time. And just sit there. Do it. Don't do it in a studio. Don't find some place that's lit or whatever. Set up a fucking table in the middle of a street. All the guards you want. And see what the reception is when you sit there talking about Ukraine this way, and how Crimea is really Russia's, in Georgia, where they seized a bunch of land, and then every couple of weeks the soldiers moved the fences about 80 yards to the point where they actually seized a fucking pipeline midway through the goddamn country.
Well, Russia has said many times, and there's every reason to believe them, that would lead to nuclear war.
No, they haven't. They've said losing will lead to nuclear war. They're using mutual assured destruction as an umbrella under which they can attack and fuck with anybody they want. You stop me from shooting him, I'm going to blow the place up. Like, that's it. And they don't believe it. Because the minute they do, they're irradiating land that they were intentionally going to take and was really theirs to start with. So welcome to your brand new liberated nuclear wasteland. And secondly, they've been threatening fucking Berlin and Warsaw since May.
But that's the new plan? Was this?
But that's not the plan. Nobody talked to me. Yeah, that's the. What the this? What? It's like an alien's wearing his skin and just showed up for the first day on the job, or is this? I guess the woman who does Decoding Fox News, she describes this as Tucker as like right-wing children's theater, which is exactly what? Did the chicken say that to the bird? Well, the ugly duckling thought he didn't look good. But does he after? Maybe it's because he's not a duck at all.
Was voted on? That's truly crazy.
That's a bite of Buddha, though. Oh, and then they had a boo-boo. And the boo-boo fall down the well and go crash. Holy shit. Like, I feel like... Hold on. See if... I don't even know if we can get a guest appearance here or not. So we'll have to check. Give me 1 second. It's always tough. Here we go. Let's see. Go back to here. And I don't. Oh, I'm all tiny bits. Oh, God. Oh, no. I gotta fix them. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Okay. I'm found. Fix them for finger do. I don't know what happened. Oh, it's shrinking. Oh, I'm big boy. I would like a taco show. I don't know why. I'm gonna know why that the bad man don't do what bad man do to bad man.
And to do it, we're enlisting one of the most corrupt governments in the world.
That's not good. I'm gonna know. Not the corruption.
Several senior officials in Ukraine, including the deputy defense minister and the top prosecutor, have resigned.
Oh no, they don't like her.
Because they were too corrupt even for Zelensky.
They resigned because they're too corrupt even for him? They want to be more corrupt? Wait a minute. If you're more corrupt than the person who fired you, then the person who fired you for corruption. That's what they're supposed to do.
Now, where'd all that money come from?
I don't know. I don't know. Money come from Mama wallet. Money come from a Target gift card. Money come from a grandpa, like put $4 when you told him this many in a card on a birthday Christmas.
It's a country at war. It's been at war for almost a year. Well, the money came from us because Congress has never audited the money, the billions in your tax dollars sent to Ukraine.
That they're not gonna wait a minute. Am I hearing this right? We're sending them money. And we haven't checked what they're going to do with it before they've done what they're going to do with it? How you audit something that hadn't happened yet? It's like my mom had a friend and everybody say, don't eat, after you eat food, don't go swimming for half an hour. Right? So he decided if he eat and swim at the same time, that's okay. And he drowned. So he wanted him to eat and swim at the same time.
This is nuts, but no one in...
I don't think we're sending them nuts because they're arming out a bunch of squirrels.
Washington seems to care. Now, we hate to pick on former CIA Director Mike Pompeo. He's a nice enough guy.
Do we? He used to work for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump pick on him all the time. And Mike Pompeo lost a lot of weight. He got his stomach stapled shut, or his butthole, or his throat. I don't know how it works. It's very scientific.
But it's hard to resist responding to this. Here's Pompeo telling us that you have a moral obligation to give Zelensky everything he wants.
We should be helping America. And helping America means a sovereign nation that is prepared to defend itself from an invasion and an attack where civilians are being killed by Vladimir Putin is an...
I think he's running for president. He's going to lose, but I think he's running.
America's best interest for our economy, for our security. We should be doing everything the Ukrainians are asking us to do.
That's not the... I don't want to nitpick. But that's not what you said he was going to say. He didn't... You said that Mike Pompeo, that you hate to pick on, is going to do a thing where he's going to say in this clip that you should give Zelensky, the guy, anything he wants. And that whole clip seemed to be the former chubby guy who worked for Donald Trump. That seemed to be him saying that helping them helps us. And that sharing is caring.
Okay. We should do everything the most corrupt government in Europe wants us to do. Everything.
Well, I don't think he wants us to do what Russia wants us to do. Russia, most corrupt, well, they're not technically Europe, but since they're invading Ukraine, they're technically in Europe right now. I know I'm splitting hairs.
Because that's good for America.
Yes. And that's why you hate it.
Really? That's the most...
Really? Yeah, really.
Most important thing we can do for America. And we don't mean to beat up on poor Mike Pompeo.
No, don't beat up on Mike Pompeo. Pike Pompeo? That's a funny name. But maybe afterwards you guys could go for a steam bath.
But, I mean, are you serious?
Me? I don't even know him. That was your clip. You played the guy saying a thing, and then you say he said a thing that he didn't say, and then you said right afterwards he said something he didn't say to say that he said it. I just don't know what you're saying.
What about the armies of drug zombies smoking fentanyl in every major city? Should we do something?
Well, that sounds scary. But I'm not allowed to watch TV past 8 o'clock at night, so I've never seen that show.
Something like that?
I don't know what you're saying. Say that again. What? Hold on. What the butt is this? What's he saying?
What about the armies of drug zombies smoking fentanyl in every major city? Should we do something like that?
Should we do something like that or something about that? I think he means something about that, but he's a dum-dum. I don't know if tanks would help. If you have drug zombies, I think you have to set them on fire. Or is it silver bullets, Mom? It's silver bullets? Or cake? I don't know what stop a zombie. If zombies eat people, then maybe if you throw French fries at them, something broccoli. Throw broccoli at zombies and they'll go, whoa, and go away.
You're San Francisco right now.
He's Stanford. Okay.
Hey, bro, put that away, man. You got kids walking out here, man.
That's a very small army. Wouldn't you say? I don't want to be, I don't want to pick on Lil Tucker, but doesn't the army have more than like 8 people? What? Okay, that little kid definitely a zombie. I know that kid. Yeah, he goes to my preschool. Yeah, paste eater.
Dude, really? You're shooting in your neck, bro? That's crazy. Come on, man. What are you doing?
He's obviously having the world's smallest smoothie.
Come on, man. There's kids around, man. You shouldn't be doing that around here, bro.
That guy looks like he's in an army. Maybe that's the general of the fentanyl army.
Bro, come on, man. You gotta go that
He's getting the troops together.
somewhere else, man. I'm serious, bro. You got to go do that.
Yeah, get out of here. I'm trying to film my own face. You're doing terrible things that trust me, they're definitely happening. Right in front of me. It's terrible. There's an army of all in a city of 4.1 million people. There's an army of 9.
Somewhere else. You right in front of a Starbucks.
Not a Starbucks. That's why I get vanilla milk and the cheese Danish.
You right in front of Starbucks, bro. Shooting up dope, bro.
So again, if you had a to-do list of things to do for America, that might rate higher.
Well, yeah, but we can't use Stinger missiles on the homeless. I know that's what you want, but we're not going to do that. We try to help them. Sometimes tough love, sometimes takes a long time.
Than sending more money to Zelensky. And you might also, since you were
They're not sending the money to him. They're sending them to the country.
trying to help America, as Pompeo said, you might do something with the fact our southern border has been completely overrun by foreign nationals, millions of them shepherded through into our country by the Mexican drug cartels.
Or there could be footage of that too. Let's see. How many? Army of foreign nationals. That sounds scary.
But that's not the most important thing in Washington.
Oh, I thought it was the most important thing. I thought everybody says it is. The whole Freedom Caucus says is the most important thing is the open border. But you're saying the open border not a real thing? It's not. Oh, he's looking all mean.
The most important thing we can do is send Ukraine whatever it wants to take back Crimea. Subscribe.
That's the whole thing? Shit, that's the entirety. That's the whole fucking argument. It's just kind of that's what's the difference between that, other than it being shorter and slightly better lit? What the fuck is the difference between that segment and a Jimmy Dore segment? Like what? Someone else is coordinating the graphics and doing a better job? You don't have Kurt Metzger in the corner going, like where he's duking out a fucking like half joke. I didn't even know they call that. Has anybody else noticed that? That Kurt Metzger sounds like he's trying to pass most of his jokes through his outer colon. Anyways, there's no difference. Materially, no difference whatsoever. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the decline of Fox News into a YouTube wannabe channel.